Governor Sandoval. We can lose the elect, as Chief Justice said, it's, Governor Sandoval instead of Governor-elect. And as you said, this is the time now. I thought of the words of Thomas Paine, who wrote the pamphlet that inspired the revolution, and he said, "The time has found us." And when you think about those words and that phrase, I think so much, to a large degree, the time has found us here in the state of Nevada to do some wonderful things under Brian Sandoval's leadership. We now have the OC Times going to come up here and do a beautiful rendition of the Battle Hymn of the Republic. It's absolutely marvelous.
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
In a speech lasting a little more than 12 minutes, the 30th governor of the state of Nevada, Brian Sandoval, has been sworn into office. He will now head over to the Nevada State Library for a reception that will last until about 2 o'clock this afternoon.
And bringing in now John Ralston, our political expert. John, out of the gate here, I just want to know, did this go as expected? Did you hear what you thought you were going to hear from Brian Sandoval?
Well, it's pretty much what you expect to hear. It's tough times, but he wanted to sound a note of optimism. You heard him say the word optimism a lot. You heard him talk about opportunity. You heard him talk about some people being pessimistic that the state's best days are past. And he wanted to sound a note that this is going to be tough, but that he's going to bring a attitude of optimism to the governor's mansion.
John, he also talked about Nevadans coming to the table, ready to tackle our problems. I think that was a shot at Democrats who control the Assembly and the state Senate. It looks to me like he's attempting to reach across the aisle, but they have some major differences here. The Democrats are saying that they would support a tax increase to balance the budget. He is vehemently opposed to that. So how do these two sides get together in the upcoming session?
Well, that's a very good question, of course, and of course that's all forgotten today. It's the inauguration. It's bipartisanship. It's everybody's going to be at the table. But the reality is that a few months from now, people are going to realize how tough it's going to be to balance the budget the way that Brian Sandoval wants to do it. We're going to find out his plan in just a couple of weeks. He's going to deliver his State of the State 3 weeks from today. And you're going to see that there's huge differences, I think, between what the Democrats who control the legislature, as you mentioned, and Brian Sandoval and what he wants to do. He is sticking to absolutely no new taxes. And so the real question, beyond all the nice rhetoric today, is are we going to have a scenario in June where the legislature is going to try to pass a budget over the governor's veto? That's going to be a markedly different tone than you see today.
And John, what are these top secret executive orders he is supposed to sign almost immediately? Do you have any idea what he's talking about there?
All we know is that they have to do with education and ethics, and that he's going to sign these two executive orders, I believe, in a proclamation. Now, I would guess that they're going to be more tone-setting than substantive, but I would guess that he is going to try to make a statement. But these are the first official actions of Governor Brian Sandoval. So I think it's more about sending a message than doing much else. You can't do that much with a proclamation and executive orders. But trust me, they're going to make it seem like it's the biggest things in sliced bread.
You were also talking about this legislature, the democratically controlled legislature, trying to overturn possibly some governor vetoes here. We saw that 2 years ago, but the fact is they only had to get a couple of crossover votes from Republicans in the Senate. They had control. They had veto-proof control in the Assembly. They don't have that this time. The Democrats don't have veto-proof control in either house. So they're going to have to play nice here. Isn't that a reality?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they lost a couple of seats in the Assembly and one in the Senate, so they're going to need more Republicans to want to do this. And the question is, it's the same question that's being asked about Washington, D.C. now, Dana, which is whether or not they're going to look ahead just to the next election and the opportunity the Republicans will have to maybe take over both houses of the legislature, or they're going to work together, as Brian Sandoval says today. Again, it's easy to say all this nice stuff on January 3rd, but we have 120 days that won't be so nice, I would guess, coming to us.
All right, and John, the next order of business here, Friday, January 28th, they're going to hold the inaugural ball at the Wynn down here in southern Nevada. And this time of furloughs and pay cuts and everything else, what is that event going to be like?
Yeah, it's very interesting. In fact, I'm going to ask our top advisor to Brian Sandoval, Peter, not about that, and we'll ask the governor about it later in the week on Face-to-Face, Kim.
And for
I mean,
all who
why are they
exercise just and rightful authority.
why are they having this extravagant ball? Not just in Las Vegas, by the way. They're having
The ministerial affairs of state fairly, that peace and security, happiness and prosperity, justice and freedom may forever abide in our midst. Avinu Sheva Shamayim, our Father in heaven, we seek to hear your voice. We come with hope and faith, knowing that today a new day has dawned in the state of Nevada. Elohei Shalom ve'arachamim, God of love and God of compassion, we pray that you guide the steps of Governor Sandoval, instill in him the wisdom and understanding that come from serving the people of our state with a full heart and a clear soul. Grant him the ability to bring together our diverse population so that under his leadership we may all speak with a single voice. Today our new governor stands humble, an example of a man who put the prosperity of his state and its people before that of his own family. Grant him the courage to hold steadfast to his beliefs, but help him to always strive to listen to the ideas and the beliefs of others, as he has done throughout his life. Give him the determination to be the voice of those who cannot speak, to be the eyes of those who cannot see. Make him an instrument of your will, so that through his vision he may guide our state from troubled times onto prosperity. Protect our new governor and his family. Shelter them from all trouble and from all distress, O God. Let them taste the sweet fruit of a life devoted to public service. Creator of all flesh, you who make every human being in your own image, bless us all with your spirit. May Nevada be an example throughout our great nation, where citizens of all races and creeds forge a common bond in true harmony, to banish forever hatred and bigotry, and to safeguard the ideals and free institutions that are the pride and glory of our nation and our state. Today, O God, we witness the miracle of America, a miracle that renews itself continuously in our eyes as we see the grandchildren of immigrants who generations ago would have never ever dreamt that a day like today could exist, rise up and lead and become an example. This miracle, O God, can only happen in a land that is not godless, in a land filled with your Spirit, where your children are faithful and where their intentions are pure, in a place where we are blind to color and where we understand that each one of us holds a potential to heal, to build, and to repair your world. Bless our state. Bless our newly inaugurated governor with your blessing of inclusion, compassion, and understanding. Imbue him with the ability to pray as if everything depended on you, O God, but the courage to understand and act as if everything depends on him. For over 3,000 years, we have uttered our thanks to you through a powerful blessing. Let this blessing be heard today. Let our voice go forth from Winnemucca to Reno, from Carson City to Mesquite, from Sparks to Las Vegas, from Elko to Laughlin, that in Nevada a new governor stands, proud, and a great people await his optimistic leadership. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, sheheyanu v'kimanu behianu lasman hazeh. Blessed are you, our God, ruler of the universe, who kept us alive and sustained us and allowed us to reach this joyous moment in time. Amen.
Rabbi Felipe Goodman delivering the closing prayer.
You have been watching special coverage of the inauguration of Brian Sandoval, our 30th governor for the state of Nevada. Complete details and in-depth analysis starting on News 3 at 4 o'clock. Now we're joining Days of Our Lives in progress.